He's done a fabulous job. It's very, very well done, by the way. It's really opened up with it. Thank you very much for your input. Thank you very much. Good. POP has a kind of core membership of people who organise it. And obviously, well, we thank them, but really, the people we need to thank are all the hundreds of volunteers, those online and Cycling City Edinburgh, all the other places online who've helped us, given out leaflets, sometimes in the wrong weather, who've just run about doing so much work for us. So thank you to everybody who's, as you can see today, spread the word brilliantly. Thanks very much. None of this today could happen if it wasn't for the media. There's been a big sea change in the way the media have looked towards cycling since the Times campaign last year. It's fabulous, and the media are definitely on our side and have done a fabulous job. We know there's going to be more reports going out today about this. So thank you to them as well. Obviously today we have a number of politicians who are going to be speaking to us today as well. So in the end, who we need to speak to, who you're making a statement to, are the politicians. Believe you me, they'll be listening when they see numbers like this. So let's give a big cheer for the politicians to let them know you're here.
Yay!
Who's doing there? So, the politicians are going to tell us today, we're maybe going to be told that cycling, they've been spending a lot on cycling, they've been doing a lot for cycling since the last time we came here. Can I ask you to tell them, do you think they've been doing a lot to make cycling safer for Scotland?
No!
The government have told us they've been spending £58 million on cycling. They failed to mention that that's over 3 years, that it's actually not all on cycling, it's all on active travel, so there's a lot of other things they could spend on. And, so basically, what we're asking for is £100 million a year. Now, that's not a lot when you look at the size of the transport budget at all. It's a small percentage, it's 5%. And we are absolutely nowhere near that. So we need to have more action for politicians. We need to have a step change in funding. It needs to happen now.
Yeah!
But today's doing one more thing. Look around you. Yes, there's people who, like me, here underneath, like we're lycra. So the lycra warriors like myself are here. But look around, that's not who's represented here. There's women, there's children. In fact, what I'm going to do, we're going to read a letter out to you that Sally Hinchcliffe had actually written, which I think is a very, very well written letter. Basically what it's saying is, we are everyone, we aren't just cyclists. We're the mums and dads, with children on seats in the back, dropping kids off at nursery. We're hardened commuters, armoured with helmet cams for our protection. We're the roadies with £3,000 road bikes, doing 100 miles at the weekend. The mountain bikers, going off on the mountain trails in the southern uplands. We're the pensioners, just going down the road for a paper. We are the partners who worry when our loved ones are coming home late, when they know they're cycling home. And, unfortunately, we're the families whose loved ones never came home. We aren't cyclists, we are people, and more importantly, we are voters. And today we've sent a strong message to Scotland's voters. Thank you.
Yeah.
Last year, Lynn McNichol, who unfortunately lost her stepson last year.
When I arrived down here today and saw the cyclists coming in, I was hoping that we were at the front, obviously, that there were going to be more cyclists than last year. And oh my goodness, there certainly are. When Dave was reading that out, I was looking around and I was thinking that really each of those groups that he talked about is represented here. There are the serious, like people, middle-aged ladies a bit like me, can do a bit more exercise. There are the mums taking their kids to school, the dads do the same thing. People who want to just cycle out for a pint of milk in the papers, who want to use their car legs and saving money and the planet at the same time. There's so many of you here, it's fantastic. But there's one face in this crowd which I'm not seeing and who I want to see and who we'll never see again. And he would have been here and he would have been proud of what we're trying to do. And that is my stepson Andrew. So please remember him as well when we're talking to when the politicians are talking. And remember Audrey Fife as well, his family here too. And you know, that's a big loss for all of us. I can't change that fact. But what I can do is work with people like Dave and the POP2 and harness their incredible energy and enthusiasm for this project and their determination and support them in trying to make Scotland safer. I want to get out on my bike and cycle the roads. The state of these roads is absolutely appalling and it's just not safe enough for people like me. So please, keep up your support, keep up the pressure. Let's make a difference. We can do this, and we've got to do this. So thank you all very much for coming along, and keep up that great work. Thank you.
Has anyone here ever heard of a chap called Graham O'Brien?
Yay!
Graham O'Brien. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege to be here. The first thing I need to say is I can only speak for myself today. I come here not in a confrontational manner. I come here to try and enlighten our politicians, to let them see that this is not a spend we're asking for, this is an investment that will make returns tenfold in terms of health. We will build a tourist station where people can cycle freely without danger or fear. We'll make it, some of the young people we have here, it's about them as well. We want to make something, a network that is tenfold and direct from our homes to our place of work, to where we buy our food and shopping, and to our leisure places, without fear of traffic. And in the non-confrontational, from our point of view, non-confrontational is we need to enlighten you, the politicians, that this is an investment not just about the entire future in terms of health. We have a generation that is out not many obese people here because we're cyclists, but there is an obesity and health problem, fitness problem in this place. We as cyclists will visit the NHS on average less than people who do not do exercise. In fact, you are actually saving money from the start by increasing people's ability to cycle freely without fear. And to be honest, I don't have anybody to answer to. And I'm actually quite surprised that Cardiff Billion is all that's asked for. Personally, did you spend 800 million on a foreign company to build a tramway in one city? I don't think you need to say anymore. It's great to see so many people coming out here. Thanks for listening to me, and good hope for the future. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have MSP Paul Wheelhouse, who is the Minister for Environment and Climate Change. Parliament, like the Scotland Parliament as well. My colleague Pete Brown, the Bradford, who's the direct person that was in the front on the expenditure at some point in the but you also need to Tim and Steve Bannon and 2020 to stuff like that.
you have participated today, and by showing we're doing so, showing your passion for cycling and your commitment to achieve what we call active travel, and also to reduce carbon emissions. Active travel plays a very important part in helping us achieve our ambitious climate change targets. Where we have some of the world's most ambitious target, that is to reduce our emissions of harmful greenhouse gases by as much as 42% by 2020. Challenging objective and infrastructure for active travel is clearly an important element here. Scotland's national cycle network has over 2,000 miles of cycle routes with 44 million trips being annually. This continues to grow as it must do, and I know this is the safety objective of the campaign. The Scottish Government and our partners are committed to making it easier and safer for people to cycle. That is why we're investing, as Tim and David have alluded to, 58 million over the Scottish Government, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
The Scottish Government has also provided additional funding to Cycling Scotland to develop a mutual respect campaign aimed at all road users, which will launch this August. This seeks to improve the safety of all road users, and of course it's an especially important issue for cyclists, as you've heard. We're also currently updating the Cycling Action Plan for Scotland, and the Refresh Action Plan for Scotland, principal key document, will be published as soon as that exercise is here. And of course, the headline figures on cycling. Excuse me, sir, could you just finish the speech, please? In terms of infrastructure,
where's the money?
With initiatives led by ministers covering transport, environment, myself, sport and education are now meeting regularly to try and find out how we can use our existing portfolio expenditure to better affect the climate change cycling across Scotland. And to do this happen across all of Scotland. What I'd like to draw to your attention, because I'm responsible for it, is the Climate Challenge Fund. That's worth about £10 million per annum. Although it is meant to cover all sorts of expenditure on low carbon, making Scotland a low carbon country, I just want to draw your attention to the can fund cycling project and encourage as many community groups that might be represented here, and give parents, councils of schools to try and draw down that fund, because it's a very good way in which we can promote cycling, rather than just the infrastructure, try and promote the cycling. That fund has spent £2 million so far on cycling-only projects, not the active travel project. And indeed, we've got an incentive to try and improve cycling outside of our cities. So there's a very good project in Freetown in Dumfries and Galloway, which is looking at providing training for people who use bikes, providing bikes on loan to people who can't afford them, and also trying to help them with maintenance. That's an example of what can be used under the Climate Challenge Fund. There's no reason why people here today couldn't go home and get together with their friends in the community and apply for more funding through that route. We're also using the Sustainable Action Fund, which is providing more large-scale projects, one in Scottish Borders, which is £157,000, putting new cycle paths to try and keep people off the main roads, so they can cycle safely between Gallowfield and Field. And of course, we recently launched an active travel campaign, Not Far Leave the Car, which is trying to get people to take cycling or indeed walk if journeys are less than 3 miles, because we know that short car journeys are particularly damaging to the environment and totally unnecessary. So, in terms of tourism, we've provided £100,000 worth of funding to try and encourage electric bikes to be used in the national park, and my colleague Richard Walker launched that this week. And that is proving extremely popular. A lot of businesses in the national park taking up the opportunity to try and promote that. I encourage everyone here today to get involved in the local community and to help achieve our shared vision to have 10% of all journeys paid by bike by 2020.
Build some cars!
But more importantly, I assure the people here today that we are listening to what you're saying. And hopefully we will give you a flavour of some of the things we're doing through the different portfolios of government to try and promote cycling. We're working to break down the silos between different parts of the government so we use our spending power more effectively to promote cycling, and to ensure that the effectiveness of our efforts and departmental budgets are maximised to achieve these shared goals. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day today, and thank Tim and David and all of you once again for the opportunity to address you here today. Thank you.
One quick question. Do you think the government's doing enough? Next up we've got Sarah Boyack from Labour.
Thanks very much. I think when Henry Morales invited Parliament, it's as if he had this demonstration in mind. It's a huge demonstration. It's bigger than last year. And we need to make sure that this demonstration gets us somewhere, that it's an empowering demonstration. As Paul Whelan has just said, it's not that there's nothing happening, but those of us who want more to happen, it is about more money, it's about more investment, it's about a culture change. It's about making sure that it's not just long distance routes, it's about everyday routes. And I think that's the most important thing, it's about everyday routes. You go to school, you go to hospital, you go to work, if you just want to go out for a bit of fun, a bit of exercise, it's about the everyday journeys. Now I know that our councillors are trying to do more, and actually the other thing that I want to comment on, there are more people here today, there are also more politicians, and that, I think, is a testament to the fact that last year's demo was so successful and it's created some waves. I know my colleague Sheila Gilmore, Mark Margarovich, MPs are here. My colleague Ian Murray made it interesting to think of cycling here in a tandem with my MSC colleague Ken Dugdale. I think they're both still speaking to each other. And I think we've got Jimmy D here. So we do have more politicians here. What we need to do is to make sure that we convince the rest of the people in that building, and we convince our councillor colleagues across the country to do more. And it's not just about one-off money, it's about sustained money, it's about year-on-year money. And it's not just about the big stuff, it's the little stuff. Because the little stuff adds up. And that's the message we've got to have coming from today. I want to thank all the cycling organisations like POP2 who've been working for years and years to get the investment we've got for Cycling Edinburgh at Sunstrand. But we need a step change. We've got to take it to the next level, so that wherever you are in Edinburgh, you can get there safely by bike. You don't have to be worried. And you can get there whatever age you are. This is going to be for everybody. I want to finish up. This is going to be short. I'm very, very conscious that there's loads and loads of kids here, and that's really well. Today is a family day, and it's important that you're all here. We want to find a way so that you can lobby us in the Parliament. You'll need to get your pencils out, your pens out, your email system going. Make sure you lobby all of us. It's the lobbying that will make the difference. Paul Wheelhouse is going to go back and tell Keith Brown that he's going to have to get more money because he's got a bad response this year. Paul will do that. So like to everybody that hasn't made it here, like to everybody that didn't show, make sure that they get the message loud and clear. Finally, want to thank the police. It wasn't just brilliant being able to cycle on the roads without having to worry about it, but the police are actually sending out an interesting message today. We're sending out a role model message that the police can be on bicycles, and that's normal. For all the young kids here that are aspiring to be police, they might think about police being the guys and women that go around on their bikes, not just their cars. It's got to be about changing attitudes and respect on the roads. So let's make sure the message gets out. Fantastic turnout. Sure there'll be more of us next year, but we need to get a response, and that response has got to be more investment. So get going on the lobbying, get going on the writing. Make sure the voice we had today is empowered, and we get that message across to every one of our 129 MSCs, but all your councillors as well, because the local stuff is absolutely crucial. Thank you very much.
Next up we have Alison Johnson from the Green Party.
Really honoured to speak to you again and to see that I think numbers must be, hitting towards double what we had last year.
roads, we are all fed up waiting. So we've had enough of the rhetoric. We've had enough of the talking about it. It is time to invest. I don't believe this is a political issue. This is pure and utter common sense. While we're discussing the kind of Scotland we want to see in the future, I want to see a Scotland where cycling is the norm. And not just for those like our past gentlemen I see in front of me, but for everyone. From 8 to 8 has to be our motto. Until cycling on our roads is safe for everyone from 8 years to 8 years, we have not succeeded. And just remember that in Denmark, in Holland, they've done this too. They have taken to the streets and said, we want action now. And the progress to date has been some, but it is far too slow. So let's have more cash now. I've no doubt that the Minister for the Environment will tell Keith Brown what has happened today. And in fact, I think he will say to Keith Brown, I'm not going back there next year unless you give us the money. And I agree. I agree with him. 100 million a year is not enough. I think we can look for double that because the benefits are immense. We can have health. We can have, reduced air pollution. We can have safe, healthy streets that are for people. It's perfectly sensible. It happens across Europe, and I don't know why we're just not getting it yet. I don't want this to turn into a political issue. I want to work with colleagues across the party. We've set up the cost-party group on cycling. There are plenty of discussions. We're joined with the fantastic spokes by CBC Scotland, by Cycling Edinburgh, by Substance. We all get it. So what on earth are we waiting for? I'm not going to on this issue. So I'm blue in the face because it is so important. Things have to change, and if we keep attending these rallies, these numbers, and lobbying to hold the purse strings hard, we will get there. Thank you very much.
As cyclists, we all know that cake is very important, so I don't want to keep you from it for too much longer. So we've got one more speech from Cameron Rhodes, who's a councillor for the Conservative Party.
Thank you for your welcome. Can you hear me at the back? Can you hear me? Okay, well, do you know, sometimes I do get that kind of welcome, and people like Jim Eadie have said to me, I'm a cyclist as well, you see, and people like Jim Eadie have said to me, I'm surprised to see a Conservative cyclist. I'm a Conservative up at the council. I cycle, and I've cycled for the last, 50 years, and do a lot of cycling. I do about 150 miles a month, and I cycle really for 3 reasons. One, because it's economic, it's cheap. 2, because it's convenient, it gets me there fast in the centre of the city. But probably above all, because it keeps me fit and healthy. And health and fitness, I think. Now, other people here, there's a wide range of people here who will cycle for all sorts of different reasons. And that's fine, and we have our different reasons here. And I'm here because I want more cycling in Edinburgh, because I think it's good for all of the people of Edinburgh to increase the proportion of people who are cycling. Now, some people say to me, well, the Conservatives have not done all that much in the way of cycling. Well, actually, think of some names associated with cycling recently. What about bikes in London? They're called Boris bikes. And then we have Andrew Mitchell. Do you remember Andrew Mitchell? We had a wee problem with the police in Downing Street, but you realise it was a problem over his bike. Now, here in Edinburgh, my colleague Ian White, Councillor Ian White, is the first person to put forward a proposal which we haven't got yet for hire bikes, a hire bike system within Edinburgh, and we've certainly pushed and supported that. And we've supported as well the 5%, which we, as Edinburgh Council, devote from the transport budget. So if you've got a stereotype, maybe now's the time just to review it a little bit. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. For some people here, this is a bittersweet occasion, and I understand that. For some people, well, I really appreciated the tone of what Graham said, because Graham put the big emphasis on health and fitness. And there's a huge opportunity to reduce costs for the National Health Service in future years if we can encourage more people to go on their bikes. And so we will continue, I'll lead the Conservative group in Edinburgh, and we'll continue to support cycling. There are political decisions, there are people who have to be persuaded, there are realities of getting things done, and yes, I'm desperate to get rid of these potholes as well. Thank you for listening to me. I thought you weren't going to overhear. Thank you for your patience, and I'm delighted to be here to support the aims of Pedlon Parliament 2.
Okay, folks, well, I've only got one more thing to do before Paul disappears off on the armed escort away from the site, and that's just to hand over the thing that you're all here supporting. The thing that you're here supporting today, POP's 8-point manifesto. This is the way we think that Scotland can be made safe for Scotland's roads. We hand this over to the Parliament.
Yeah! Now, it's a letter. I'm going to deliver it. Wait.
Thank you once again, everybody. This has been a huge, huge message to government. Let's just hope you listen, but do as we're asked there. Please keep on the work, please keep writing to them. We will listen to you if you keep hassling them. So hassle. Thank you very much. And one last cheer for Pedlon Parliament!
Yay! Right, go back to Mum. Right, 2 minutes. I'm just gonna... Who's taken the letters we were asked to bring?
Oh, I know.
Hi, David.
It kind of went a little bit to the side. This man here.
Well, my MSP is Pete Brown. So
This man will pass it on, absolutely. Yeah, that's fine, yeah, no problem.
Is that a bunch of lessons you got there, Kim? I'll add my pile if I may. He's my MSP.